Starting off as an amateur stand-up at the age of 15, Gilbert Gottfried has a comedy career spanning more than 40 years. Most recently, he had a memorable appearance in the current season of Celebrity Apprentice. Gilbert will be bringing the laughs to the Star City Comedy Club tonight and tomorrow night at the Holiday Inn, Tanglewood. We're happy to have him joining us in studio this morning. Good morning to you.
Oh, morning.
Wow, is this the time of day that you're normally up?
Yes. I usually get up 3 hours earlier and start running. Yeah.
Fitness, health.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Punch me as hard as you want.
Now, some of my early impressions of you were from being up all night on the USA Network.
Yes. Yeah, these were like teen sex comedies that we would present with all the sex cut out of them.
Right.
So you could really enjoy the intricate plots of them.
Right, because they had such great ones.
Yes.
Very deep meaning behind them.
You could appreciate the acting involved.
Yes.
And great writing.
Yeah, it was like Benny Hill, except without the comedy and the scantily clad women.
Yes.
All the wit was taken out. So when folks come out to see you tonight and tomorrow night, 4 shows.
Yes.
What can they expect from you on stage?
They can expect to sit there, watch me for about 4 minutes, and then turn to each other and go, whose idea was it to see Gilbert Gottfried? I never liked him.
Right. Do you think it'll take off like 4 minutes to figure that out? Or?
Yes. And usually it's sooner. It depends on the intelligence of the crowd.
Well, we have a very witty audience here this morning. So, Celebrity Apprentice, you kind of came and went on that.
Yeah, I was there not so much as a contestant, but to feed that thing that lives on Donald Trump's head.
What is that?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like the missing link between the dinosaurs and modern animals.
Right.
And I was there, and I was on the team with Geraldo Rivera, who's a great journalist and reporter. And don't take my word for it, ask him. He'll tell you. He'll call you at 3 o'clock in the morning and let you know what a great journalist he is.
Right. Has anybody told you you have a very distinctive voice?
Yeah, most people think when they hear my voice that it's Ben Kingsley. But
when did you develop that voice? I mean, because you started comedy very early.
I started out with it as a baby.
That type of thing.
And it stayed annoying ever since. And now before I forget these things, I have a podcast on the air.
Yes.
Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal Podcast on gilbertgottfried.com.
Yes.
Where I interview old celebrities, I try to.
Well, they're not all. I mean,
some are younger, like Bob Saget and Weird Al Yankovic.
Right.
And those are like the little kids in it. But I had on Larry Storch from F Troop.
Right.
And
that's a very that's a modern name that people, it just rolls off the tongue, right?
Oh yes. And what's weird about the podcast is I get these tweets from people who say, I had no idea who you were talking to and who you were talking about, but I had to look it up. So it's kind of like a fun homework assignment.
It is. Yeah. But can I say the one you did with Henry Winkler, the Fonz, we all know.
Yeah.
Incredibly touching. Some of his stories, his upbringing. I mean.
Oh yeah, he talks. He's very open about on the show about being dyslexic.
Right.
And
he had a rough childhood with his parents being very hard on him.
Yeah, his parents were very rough. They thought he was like just stupid because people didn't understand dyslexia back then. So they thought he was stupid and he was a failure.
Yeah. But do you have a way of, because you know these people.
Yeah.
You have a history with them. So you have a way of getting them to open up that maybe if they were just doing an interview kind of like we're doing, they would kind of be on guard and not share so much.
Yeah, and it is fun that way. Like I interviewed Roger Corman, who was the old B-movie director who did the Motorcycle and Bikini Chicks and Monsters from Space. And one time he was set to play tennis with some friends, and it rained. So he figured, I can't play tennis, I'll make a movie. That's how low budget and cheap. And the movie was with Boris Karloff and a totally unknown actor named Jack Nicholson.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was called The Terror, and he says to this day, nobody involved with that movie has any idea what the movie's about. They just knew we'll film a movie.
Right. Well, thank you for bringing up Jack Nicholson, because we finally have a contemporary reference here in the last 4 minutes.
What, you're saying Larry Storch? What?
Amazing stuff. 4 shows. 7 and 9:30. Is that correct?
Yes.
At the Tanglewood Holiday Inn. It is an absolute pleasure being here. I wish we had a half hour to chat with you, because there's so much we could get into.
No, I already ran out of things to
say. Oh, very good. Well, there you go. And at least for the first 4 minutes, you will just be cracking up hard laughs. Am I right?
Yes. And then it'll turn to hate, and a riot will start, and chairs will be thrown and everything.
Oh, my goodness. It's going to be a great time. And thank you to Star City Comedy Club and Kid Carter for making you available this morning. It was an absolute pleasure to have you in studio.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll put all the ticket information on our Facebook page as well to make it easy to find.